8 policemen treated after inspecting chemical barrels. Fair competition and compensation for those affected by Pasir Gudang pollution. Welcome to News on 2. Good evening, I'm Adrian Seat. 8 policemen have been receiving treatment after complaining of illness following their involvement in the investigations into the discovery of 15 black barrels believed to contain a solid sodium cyanide in Karak Bentong in Pahang. Now, Health Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad says 4 of them are still warded at the Bentong Hospital for 48 hours for observation. Commenting further on the matter, Datuk Sri Dr. Zulkifli said the policemen are in stable condition as well as the 4 other members who received outpatient treatment at the Karak Health Clinic. The minister, however, did not elaborate on the symptoms experienced by the team, but said the first symptom of the chemical poisoning was vomiting. It was early reported that 15 black barrels of chemicals used in gold mines were discovered at an oil palm plantation in Karak last Thursday. The inspection carried out by the Pahang Department of Environment found the chemical was in a solid state and there was no presence of cyanide gas vapor in the area. The Johor state government is still working to come out with a fair and transparent compensation scheme for the people whose health has been affected by the pollution in the state. Johor Menteri Besar Datuk Dr. Shahrudin Jamal said the state government has also not ruled out the possibility of creating an integrated industrial area following a spate of recent pollution incidents involving school children in Pasir Gudang who suffered breathing difficulties. Now, during a town hall meeting at the Pasir Gudang City Stadium today, Datuk Dr. Shahrudin said the Johor government is drawing up a sustainable development plan for Pasir Gudang as a long-term measure to address environmental pollution in the area. He said this would involve studying the possibility of relocating high-risk chemical factories and creating a buffer zone between the industrial and residential area.
Kalau untuk di kawasan Pasir Gudang nampaknya dah pack, dah padat. Mungkin kita akan fikir untuk buat kawasan perindustrian baru yang berada di luar Pasir Gudang. Okey. Okay. Sekian, terima kasih. Apa dia? Nanti pihak pejabat daerah dan pihak MPPG akan lihatlah kajian kesesuaian di mana untuk kita buat tapak perindustrian yang baru.
On another note, Datuk Dr. Shahrudin Jamal also offered an apology to the people of Pasir Gudang who were affected by the air pollution in the area since the 20th of June. He said there was indeed room for improvement in addressing the incident and that the state government had already taken various measures to ensure that all affected residents receive a proper protection and to ensure the safety and health of students. However, the Menteri Besar said the problem could not be solved overnight as the solution must be designed with great care in the interests of all parties for the benefit of future generations. Therefore, Datuk Dr. Shahrudin also expressed hope that through the town hall session, he would be able to inform the public of the actual situation regarding the pollution in Pasir Gudang. Federal Territories Minister Khalid Abdul Samad has given his assurance that there will be no cover-up in the investigations into the free-falling lift incident at the Kampung Kerinci People's Housing Project or PPR on Friday. He said the authorities will not hide any signs of negligence and will take stern action against those responsible for the mishap.
Bangunan-bangunan di bawah jagaan di BKL adalah kontraktor-kontraktor yang telah certified ya, oleh DOSH dan oleh pembuat lift itu sendiri. Ya. Dan seharusnya mereka merupakan syarikat-syarikat yang mempunyai kepakaran dan kemampuan untuk menjaga lift-lift itu. Tetapi sekiranya didapati bahawa mereka tidak menjalankan tanggungjawab mereka untuk menyelenggara lift-lift itu dengan seperti mana yang sepatutnya, maka mereka akan dikenakan tindakan. Tindakan-tindakan yang diambil itu akan bergantung kepada siasatan yang kita lakukan.
Speaking to reporters after launching the Putrajaya level Flying the Jalo Gemilang campaign at Dataran Putrajaya today, Khalid also said that the lift had undergone up-to-date maintenance by Kuala Lumpur City Hall or DBKL and has a lifting equipment certificate from the Occupational Safety and Health Department or DOSH that is valid until January of 2020. The minister said a meeting between Kuala Lumpur Mayor Dato' Nur Hisham Ahmad Dahlan, DOSH and elevator maintenance contractors involved in public housing projects was held yesterday to avoid a repeat of the incident. In a related development, the Housing and Local Government Ministry will conduct a committee meeting with several departments to look into the cause of the accident. Now, its Minister Zuraida Kamaruddin said the meeting will also look into ways to enhance the security mechanism of lifts nationwide in order to prevent a recurrence. The meeting will involve the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health or NIOSH, the Human Resources Department, the National Housing Department and the Fire and Rescue Department.
Tapi yang saya difahamkan yang kerinci itu menurut laporan semua everything is in order. I heard the report yesterday dekat TV. Memang dipantau, diperiksa, disemak dengan on time and lift ni baru 12 tahun and then semua saya dengar lah, tapi sebabnya mereka tak tahu lagi apa dia tengah siasatan.
Zuraida said this after her visit to the People's Housing Project or PPR in Klebang, Melaka today. Now, during her visit, the minister said that the Klebang PPR project, which consists of 2 blocks with 255 houses, is expected to complete on the 31st of December. The driver of an ambulance and a female patient it was ferrying died after the vehicle skidded at kilometre 368.4 of the North-South Expressway near Slim River in Perak early this morning. Now, it is believed that the ambulance was ferrying the patient from the Raja Permaisuri Bainon Hospital in Ipoh to Slim River Hospital. A Perak Fire and Rescue Department spokesperson said the department received a call on the incident at 6:42 a.m. He said the department immediately deployed 8 personnel to the scene for rescue work. The deceased were identified as driver Muhammad Hafiz Muhammad Bahari, 37, and the patient from Sungkai, Aziza Dola, 66. Muhammad Hafiz had head wounds and died at the scene, while Aziza, whose respirator had fallen out, was rushed to the Slim River Hospital but pronounced dead at about 7 a.m. He also said that the 3 Slim River Hospital staff, a doctor, a nurse and the driver's assistant who were also in the ambulance were injured. The crash is believed to have occurred when the ambulance driver lost control of the vehicle while rushing the patient to the hospital. The Perak Fire and Rescue Department spokesperson further noted that the bodies were handed over to the police while the injured victims were taken to the Slim River Hospital for further treatment. A burst tire is believed to be the cause of the accident. The age limit for the Healthcare Protection Scheme for low-income B40 groups or PERCA B40's recipients has been reduced from 50 to 40 years. Now, Health Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad said the decision was made at the recent post-cabinet meeting to enable more people, especially from the low-income group, to utilize the health screening facility and get early treatment. Speaking to reporters after launching the Kampungku Sihat program in Kampung Padang Lalang, Temerloh in Pahang today, Dato' Sri Dr. Zulkifli said the decision was reached because thus far only 40,119 individuals of age 50 and above had been utilizing the facility nationwide compared to the 800,000 people targeted initially.
Kami telah membuat keputusan dalam post-cap, mesyuarat post-cap untuk kita turunkan umur saringan kepada 40, yang dengan itu kita akan dapat satu captive ataupun kita dapat merangkumi yang lebih usia muda, usianya 40 ke atas. Jadi kita harapkan kita akan dapat double dan triple untuk 4-5 bulan yang akan datang sebelum hujung tahun ini.
Asked if the government intended to compel those at certain age limit to undergo the B40 health screening, Dato' Sri Dr. Zulkifli said thus far the government had taken initiatives by working with related parties, including the media, to spread awareness on the program's benefits. Commenting on the Kampungku Sihat program, the minister said Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has agreed that the program should be expanded nationwide to foster a culture of good health practices at the grassroots level. He said the implementation of the program would raise awareness and reduce non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension and heart disease amongst Malaysians. Permodalan Nasional Berhad or PNB is expected to collaborate with all its 10 banking agents to place Amanah Saham Nasional Berhad or ASNB platform on their online banking platform by end of next year. Now, PNB's Chief Technology Officer Muzaffar Othman says the company is in the midst of finalizing with one more local financial institution to include ASNB investments into its website before announcing it to the public later this year. Elaborating further on the matter, Muzaffar said by early next year, PNB hopes that the platform will be up and running on 3 to 4 more banks in efforts to make financial inclusion easier for all current and future ASNB unit holders. The government-linked investment company recently launched a mobile application, My ASNB, which enabled unit trust investors to have direct access to their accounts as well as investing directly from their banks through FBZ. Since starting its digitalization efforts in 2016, Muzaffar said that the investment body has seen a 200% surge in transaction year on year. He added that PNB was also aiming to attract younger investors and those lacking knowledge on ASNB funds through digital initiatives. Currently, PNB has 11 million unique unit holders with 301 billion ringgit in asset management, while about 245 billion ringgit is invested by unit holders. Last month's ceremony to relaunch the 44 billion ringgit East Coast Rail Link or ECRL was greeted by cheers and sighs of relief, especially amongst contractors and local communities clearly excited with the expected avalanche of benefits from the massive project. What is certain, the ECRL project will drive many benefits, creating a positive impact to those living near the rail line, namely the 3 East Coast states of Kelantan, Terengganu and Pahang, as well as Negeri Sembilan, Selangor and the Federal Territory of Putrajaya. According to Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siu-Fuk, the upgraded ECRL project now encompasses a 640 kilometers route, with 417 kilometers or 65.2% of it is due to a revise of alignment from Kota Baru to Dungun known as Section A and the whole new range from Mentakap to Port Klang known as Section C. Deputy President of the Terengganu Malay Contractors Association of Malaysia or PKMMT, Zamri Awang Hitam, said that the relaunch of the ECRL project will bring about positive impact to local contractors as the last mega project implemented in Terengganu was the East Coast Highway 2 or LPT2 completed a few years ago. He said no other mega project was brought to the state throughout the period since, and this has caused many contractors to go bust, adding that 40% quota dedicated to local contractors for the project would help them to recover from hardship. The Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-Based Industries will launch a massive campaign to promote local fruit in foreign markets to lure more tourists in conjunction with Visit Malaysia Year 2020. Its Minister Dato' Salahuddin Ayub said that this is one of the government's initiatives to turn Malaysia into a choice destination to eat local fruit and simultaneously create the opportunity for the government to expand its markets abroad. When met by reporters after launching the Agriculture Entrepreneurs Carnival in Muar, Johor today, Dato' Salahuddin said that other than China, the campaign would be expanded to Singapore, South Korea, Japan, West Asian countries and Europe.
Dan kita sedang menyediakan protokol untuk nangka madu kita ini boleh diekspor ke pasaran negara China. Di samping juga saya akan terus berusaha seperti rambutan, buah-buahan rambutan yang pulasan dan juga manggis kita dan banyak lagi buah-buahan kita yang berpotensi seperti rock melon dapat kita pastikan kita dapat tempatkan di pasaran luar negara, khususnya pasaran negara China yang menjanjikan suatu pasaran yang sangat besar pada masa akan datang.
In addition, he said the ministry is also emphasizing on quality, which is why farms and plantations must possess the Malaysian Good Agricultural Practices or MyGAP certificate to qualify them to export fruits. Now, the minister said this is amongst the focus of the ministry to develop agriculture entrepreneurs, empower downstream industries and boost the agriculture sector and the economy of the country. Back home, Kedah, fresh from their FA Cup triumph, began their Malaysia Cup campaign in style when they trashed Negeri Sembilan 3-1 at the Stadium Tuanku Abdul Rahman in Paroi last night. The Red Eagles started the Group A match aggressively when Spanish import Fernando Rodriguez Ortega headed them into the lead in the 4th minute before Muhammad Shakir Hamzah added another goal in the 72nd minute. The home team tried to stage a fight back when Muhammad Faris Daniel Mat Nasir reduced the deficit 5 minutes later, but a penalty kick conversion by Jonathan Jesus Baumann in the 82nd minute confirmed 3 points for 5-time champions Kedah. In Group B, Petaling Jaya City FC also emerged with a full 3 points after edging KPNP FC 2-1 at the Petaling Jaya City Council Stadium. The home team opened the scoring when Timor-Leste import Pedro Enrique slammed home a cross from Washington Brandao in the 11th minute, but Brazilian import Pedro Victor equalized from a free kick in the 33rd minute. Meanwhile, in Kuantan, East Coast Giants Pahang collected 3 easy points after defeating Pulau Pinang 3-1 in Group C. After a scoreless first half, the goals started to flow, but it was the Northerners who caught Pahang by surprise when they took the lead through Julian Botaro in the 50th minute. However, it took Pahang only 8 minutes to get the equaliser after they were awarded a penalty kick, which was duly slotted in by Dixon Nwakami. And in the 66th minute, Muhammadu Sumare scored the Elephants' second goal before Muhammad Muslim Ahmad headed in an 84th minute third goal to seal the win. And that item concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story, 8 policemen treated after inspecting chemical barrels believed to contain a solid sodium cyanide. We'll be back tomorrow at 12:30 with more updates. Until then, I'm Adrian Seat. Have a pleasant evening.